Now this is a common thing with all my local electives as well. They outright ignore you, but then when you try to tell people that they've been ignoring me, I'm struggling, I'm homeless, I'm a firefighter, I have 2 small children. My name's Daniel Sullivan. I'm from Tramore. I'm an Irishman, born and bred from Tramore in County Waterford.
How far away is that from Dublin?
That's about 2.5 hours, probably 2 hours, would say. Down the south of the country. But yeah, I made the journey up here today with my partner because over the last 3 years we've been battling homelessness, and with two small boys. Since the minute she landed pregnant with the first little fella 3 years ago, our struggle started. We were told to join the rat race, as many Irish people are being told to do, in going out and finding rental accommodation. Now in my area, I can go on daily, weekly, and there will be 0 properties to find on them websites. And not only that, when you do find one, we looked at one day, we viewed it it was up 12 minutes, there was 2,000 people viewed it. Now we can go and
this is in your county?
This is in my town. And
how big's your town?
My town, it's not too big now, about 60,000 people, I'd say.
And how many migrants? What's shocked me is how the Irish government puts migrants in towns and even tiny villages like Dundrum.
Yeah.
So how many migrants have been put in your town?
In my town, there's a lot now. The numbers seem to be suppressed in every town, and you'll never know the true figure. But just even taking a walk out around the town.
So they're put in rental housing. I know that they're put in hotels quite often.
Yes.
Are they put in rental housing?
Yeah. So in my town, there's about 3 or 4 hotels, and at the moment now we've only one. With the last 2 or 3 years, we've only one hotel, and at that's majorly overpriced. But then on the rental side of things as well, the prices of rent to rent accommodation are up through the roof, and you're faced with that. You're battling against the likes of the Ukrainians that are coming in. They get government supports, so they can afford to pay a lot more than the average Irish person can, which is then driving the prices up and is pushing Irish people further away from even renting a home, let alone owning a home. And the thing with me is, why it's so hard for me is I'm a firefighter in my local area, so I'm restricted to within 5 kilometres of my area. But now, over the last 2-3 years, I've tried reaching out to radio stations. I've tried all my local electives. I've tried it all.
So you're still working as a firefighter?
I'm still a firefighter.
So you're working as a firefighter, but you can't afford rent?
Yeah, I know. I can't find.
That's crazy.
You can barely find a property to rent on a good day. But so I'm a firefighter, and actually back in September for the 9/11 anniversary, myself, 40 New York City firefighters and 40 Irish firefighters, we cycled here from Dublin down the coast road to Wexford and on then to Cork, and we ended on 9/11 for the anniversary of 9/11. There's a garden of remembrance down in Kinsale in Cork for all the lives, the 343 firefighters that died on 9/11. During that cycle, there was a ceremony up here in Dublin, and I actually pinned the Minister of Housing, Darragh O'Brien at the time, and I confronted him with the question, how do you feel about homeless Irish firefighters? And he seemed surprised. He said, oh, do you know one? I said, yes, myself. He gave me
That's shocking.
He gave me his number on a card, gave me a couple of false.
So this was a TD? This was a member of Parliament?
No. This was the head of housing in the whole country, Mr. Darragh O'Brien. So he gave me his number on a card. Gave me a couple of smiles and waves in his big fancy car, drove away, and the minute I got home I tried contacting him and he ignored me. Now this is a common thing with all my local electives as well. They outright ignore you, but then when you try to tell people that they've been ignoring me, I'm struggling, I'm homeless, I'm a firefighter, I have 2 small children, they ignore you.
So where are you now? Where are you staying now?
At the moment I am renting, but I'm just by the skin of my teeth. So usually whenever we were facing homelessness, we'd have 24 hours left in our property, and only by sheer luck other firefighters, the last 2 properties, the property I'm in now and the property before that, I've only got them off word of mouth due to my colleagues.
It's crazy to me. I don't understand the motivation. Why is Ireland bringing in so many foreigners, and why is it providing them with accommodation on more liberal and generous terms than it's providing Irish people? I don't understand. Do you understand it?
I honestly, I couldn't understand it.
No one's been able to explain it to me. I suppose that's the reason why thousands of people came to march today, is they find it inexplicable.
No, it's definitely inexplicable. And to see then, when myself, I'm on the housing list, I was on it with 5 years, and due to me actually going to my local radio and going to my local electives, they stripped me of 5 years on the housing list, so I'm back to 0 year.
So they punished you for speaking out?
Yes, pretty much they punished me. They went about it their own way, dragged things to fit their own agenda, and stripped me and my partner of 5 years on the housing list. Now my partner joined the housing list after she tragically lost both of her parents in my small town, and then she landed with me. She had 2 years on the housing list, then she got with me and we built another 3 years on top of that. So we had 5 years on the housing list and they stripped it out from underneath our feet, further pushing our goal and our dream.
Well, you're just doing it wrong. What you got to do is you got to get in, you got to go to France.
Yeah.
You got to get in a little dinghy. You got to sail across the English Channel. Then Keir Starmer's going to give you luxury accommodations in the UK. You got to get yourself to Northern Ireland.
Burn my passport on the way.
Burn your passport, walk across, rip it up, burn your passport, and say you're a refugee.
Yeah.
And then you're set for life. You're doing it all wrong. You're working too hard.
Yeah.
You're working as a firefighter. You're putting out fires. Don't you understand the message the government is sending you? You're the bad guy.
That's what I've spoke on my local radio before, and I highlighted that as well. Our government likes to stand up here on the Dáil and they like to scream it from the rooftops that they want to stem the flow of Irish youth leaving for Canada, America, Australia. But I stand here before them right now, after giving the last 2 years of my life in service to the people in my community as a firefighter. Not only that, I gave 4 years in the British Army. I served alongside of Americans in Kabul, Afghanistan, and to come home here to this country and try to build a life for myself with my small child and my partner, who already lost so much in our small town, and the little to no help that we get, and our voice is being suppressed when we try to raise these things. I stand before them now asking, where is my incentive to stay in this country, and why don't I just pack my family up and leave as well for Canada, Australia or America?
Well, you won't do much better in Canada, but maybe Australia, America. Daniel, it's nice to talk to you, even though your story is terrible, but hopefully some people will see it and it'll motivate some change. Thanks for introducing yourself.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
I'm in Ireland covering the massive march against mass immigration. For all of my updates and reports, go to migrantreports.com.